You're right guys, Mr. Juggy here and welcome to a brand new Black Ops 3 explanation video. And if you haven't seen or heard already, there is a Mexican test subject within the Black Ops 3 storyline that we don't know hardly anything about. We know a lot about our four original characters and the Shadows of Evil characters, even Maxis and Dr. Groff, but the Mexican test subject, which is mentioned quite a lot in the past in the zombie storyline, and even in the Eisendrache we see images of him, and his character has become a real mystery for the zombies communities to figure out, because up till now we have had hardly any information on who he is, his significance to the storyline, and how he affects the timeline of our four original characters. Since the reveal of Origins, we haven't heard much from our Mexican friend. The last we heard of him was this note that Richtofen sent to one of his German friends about him and describing how the Mexican test subjects helped them to discover the massive amounts of element 115 in France where Origins was set. The letter reads, "The journal of Pablo Mariana has been a most valuable source of information. We now stand on the edge of a brave new world. Our survey of the site has led us to believe that this location may be the largest source of element 115 yet discovered." It is not confirmed as of yet that Pablo Marianas is in fact the Mexican test subject talked about so much in the Eisendrache and past Black Ops 3 zombie maps, but it is very possible. The last time we actually heard someone talking about Pablo Marianas, physically talking about him, was Richtofen, and I quote what he says about the Mexican test subject. "His spleen is on the floor, he is not moving anymore." And this is really interesting because we see in Richtofen or Samantha's room, I don't really know the order, but we see this little projector on the screen right now. In it is a picture of a spleen, and Pablo is written in the bottom right hand corner of the image, and it also has a keeper symbol on the sort of middle top of it. And this is really interesting because we know other characters, our four original characters, that also have this symbol on the chest at some point, and this is from Primis. When did we find out about Primis? Origins. When did we find out about the note, and where did the Mexican test subject first be named Pablo? Origins, and it sort of all ties together, and my theory is that Pablo Marianas is the Mexican test subject, and the Mexican test subject is the original member of Primis. We find our four original Origins Primis characters in this room where you get the bows, and there are Primis symbols all around this room, and including on their chests and on the statues that I'm just going to show you of now. There are 6 slots for statues in total and only 5 statues. And I know there's only 4 members of Primis that we know of as of yet, but the statues are repeated in some circumstances, like there are 2 versions of Richtofen as a statue, and in this broken statue slot, I think is the Mexican test subject's sort of position in the whole holy room. And we know that just beneath this room, and if you go down the steps, there is the tombs and the graves of the keepers, and I believe that the keepers gave the Mexican test subject godlike powers first, but after that failed, after Primis failed, which was the original Mexican test subject's job, but after that failed, the keepers gave our 4 Origins characters godlike powers, as Takio mentions in his note to home. We know from this image that Group 935 did experiment on the keepers because of their godlike powers, and this is why I predict that they experimented on the Mexican test subject, because he also had godlike powers because he was the original member of Primis. So guys, this will be the end of my video, and if you did enjoy this video at any point, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment in ways that improve my next Black Ops 3 video. But until then, goodbye. Guys, Mr. Juggy here, and welcome to a brand new Black Ops 3 video, and it's a bit of a different video. It's my first comparison video, and it's between Origins and the Eisendrache.